Hello, hello. This is the real final video from our multiple video tutorial, Color With Me, of the beautiful book by Julia Spiri, An Enchanting World, where we're doing this gorgeous simple pony in mixed mediums, which mostly the Brutfuner squares. And in the end of the last video, I talked about I was going to finish this little log we did in the Brutfuner squares off camera. I used these three browns you saw, but you saw a lot of white tooth, even still when I did the third layer. So I went in for a fourth layer, light layer, and then a fifth layer where I did really hard. And that's how I got this nice kind of waxy look. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see that, if I can. Right there. So it kind of gives a nice kind of a, quite like the tree, right? That nice waxy look. You can get that look with the Brutfuner squares when you apply pressure after several lighter layers, where most of the white tooth is filled and there's just some little bits of white still. Off camera, I also decided to use two green Sharpies to do these little bits of grass poking out here. And I just realized I missed one right here because of the fact we're going over. You saw in the last video we did this beautiful sky in a blue and white pan pastel, this green in a pan pastel, and so that's why we're going over the grass, these little grass bits. There was one here with a Sharpie because it's a darker ink, which will show over the kind of more chalky pan pastel. I did a darker green for the two stems here. This is the same Sharpie set that I showed you in the last video, which I will also link below, which I use for accents or full pictures probably almost every day. I've been using Sharpies for years. I also finished the last pink heart, and I realized I missed one. So I'm just going to grab a dark, I need to get like a different purple maybe, or let's see what I have. I have one purple in my container I have not used. Let's fill in this heart, and then we're going to do the pony's horn and the final heart and the hooves. And so if you followed along with me exactly, congratulations. If you're kind of using different mediums as we go winging it, that's fine too. That one is definitely darker, a little more on the black side. I don't really want to use that again. It's darker than I thought, this purple. So there's one other lighter one or I can use instead that's still in my box that I have not used yet. We'll do for this one. Just really easy to do little shapes with Sharpies. And this is so, and it's fine to have some dark, some light, a nice variety. Okay, so one thing I want to do is use my black Sharpie for her big eyebrow here because it's very faded black from the actual drawing. Plus it might have some pencil on it. Make it looks like some super cute makeup almost to bring that out in her eyes. You can use a gray if you want, if you don't want it quite as stark black. I'm going to do also some little eyelashes over her eyelashes, add two more because there's not enough as well. You might want to do, I have a dark gray. Let me pull a dark gray from my set. Actually, that's a little more blue. Let's see. Let's pull a dark gray for her eyebrow up here. And I'm going to also do a dark gray over her eye. Not over the white circle, just this very faded black part that's part of the printed picture. Because that faded gray from the printing of the book doesn't look very nice. There. So that way it's not quite as stark as the black we put over her eye. The light gray is not needed, so we'll just do the dark gray. We could do, I lied. Let's also get a lighter gray. Maybe this one to do the inside of her mouth, because it also has that faded. Let's It's more like the roof of her mouth. And we're going to need a pink for her tongue. That's just to make it look a little more like a solid shadow. We can even do a little bit of this line here going up to her mouth in that soft gray. This little nose part you can do in this light gray. Maybe part of her neck here. I want to bring in that shadow is a little. We could do a little under her eye in that dark, this gray here. Wherever you see those faded black lines from the printing, I think that's sufficient. You can do purple over there if you want like a more of a makeup-y look, if you're doing something more like that. We do need a light pink pencil for her mouth or her tongue. I'm going to use the Brutfuner we used in the last video when I did some of these hearts. Any light pink will do, just lightly do over her tongue. Red, you can do red. I'm going to mix colors for her mouth here. We might want to use a white gel pen to make the eye dots bigger and to get some of that gray in there. That's up to you. I'm not going to do that on camera, but that is probably something I would do. Actually, I have my white. Do I have it here? I do have one. I don't know if there's going to be enough ink in it. Let's give it a try. Let's try. Yes, it is. Let's try. We're just going to make her white, the little white dot a little bigger. Maybe do another one over here. We can get some of the corner of her eye here. That looks a little. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we only have left, well, there are two things. We should do these things that the little hearts are flying on. And I don't know if we should do a color. I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be like a swinging branch? Should we do it in a brown? I'm not really sure if it's more like a balloon tree, like a string. This one was easy to assume was like a weed. I'm tempted to do a brown because of the fact that it's coming off the tree. I'm going to use my brown Sharpie and we're just going to go for it. I'm going to trace this straight and simple. Like a flyaway soft branch, I guess. And it looks nice over the brown pastel. These are what I call the finishing touches, accents. There we go. I think that was super easy. That was my brown Sharpie. Next, we are going to do her horn. And I decided I think I want to do those are my lips making noises. My thinking noises. I think we're gonna do, I think I want to do this one here, that bright popping one, and I can't remember which Sharpie that is. So let me take out my tester and see. That one. Oh no, was it this one? It was like the magenta-y one. Was it? I have so many pinks out, you guys. I can't remember which one it was. That, oh no, it was, I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. I'm thinking of doing each part of her horn in a different pink, or maybe this one rotating with that kind of a pink. Let's just go for it. Gonna put our sheet protector back because we don't want anything to get on this beautiful girl underneath. We're just gonna go for it. We can do a blending on it, or we can do a simple. I think I'm just gonna do a simple, and we're just going to go right in and do it this color because it ties into one of the hearts on the tree. I think it looks nice. Sharpies look really good on grayscale. Let's do this here. And I think we want to do a different pink for the between. You can really go with any pinks and purples into this horn. All one color, you can blend, you can do simple. I think that's pretty. I kind of want to do like a rainbow of pink. Let's move to, let's see, what pink is this? This lighter baby pink for here. This one is more close to her body color. If you don't like it, go over it with a darker one. Okay. And then at the base, I'm thinking this purple. You really can't go wrong if you're bringing in colors that's in other parts of your picture. There, that was it. I mean, that was super simple. Definitely, you could do whatever you want with that horn, with your Sharpies. We have to figure this big heart now, and I am totally winging this as we go. I have no rhyme or reason plan. So what do we want to do here? Oh, do we want to do pencil? That's going to take quite a while. Do we want to just go in with Sharpies? I'm leaning toward the Sharpie for a big heart. I think we should do a bold color. This is the color we did for her collar, which matches this heart. I think we can do a shading. Let me test out. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. I'm going to start out with, I'm going to do a darker, this dark purple around the shadows. Generally, this is pushing it for how big of an area you would want to do with a Sharpie. But this video is going to go on forever if I don't do Sharpie. So we're just going around the edge in this shadow. And I'm not going to go all the way down because we want it to be still moist, each area that we blend. And I'm going to go in with this one and blend in just on the inside of it. And if you're like me, you can wing things as you go with what you have. When you're using Sharpies, if you're filling in a big area, try to just do little squiggles and circles. Don't do strokes. Little bits at a time. So this looks like it has a darker border. Just going to fill in little bits, bringing it down. Because otherwise, you don't want to do stripes. You're just going kind of left to right. And then I want to start taking my heart going up this way with the purple. And then we're going to bring it together. You just want to do the blending because you're blending into the edge of that purple before it gets dry, so you don't have, it doesn't like leave obvious definition of when one started and when the next layer or the next edge ends and begins. Going upward. So I'm doing little squiggles, you guys. I'm gonna take this purple and go down. So I'm giving you a good demo here of how you can use two Sharpie colors for one object. It's kind of like blending, but it's more like accenting. And it does blend. You can see it brings some of the darker purple down if I pull down from the dark, which I like that look a lot. There we go. Look how easy that was. And I think for this little part in the middle, we should do a pink. 2 pink little spots. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it. Love, love, love. Lastly, we have her hooves. I don't know what color unicorn hooves are. Oh, I think that's why I put it off, because I hadn't thought about it. Gray, darker on the, or black? No, I'm leaning towards some gray because we have the grays and blacks in her eyes, but you could do, like, if you want more fantasy purples and stuff. I'm leaning to the grays, so I think we're going to do gray Sharpie, super dark gray on the bottom. Oh, I hope this doesn't look bad. This is the gray I pulled out for her eyeliner or her eyebrow. You could do this in some of your gray Brutfuner square pencils. Certainly I probably would have if this video didn't have so many parts by now. Because I don't do fast forwarding or anything like that in my videos and speed videos. I do them in real time. Because that was the bottom. So we want to use the lighter gray for above because we want it to be clear that it's a different part of the hoof. I do have a lighter gray. I like this gray. This might be better. I did a little dark already. Yeah, let's do the little bit lighter gray. It's a little softer. There we go. This is perfect, I think. Pink and gray are very good colors together. I have a lot of pink and gray in my winter wardrobe. Pink sweater with gray scarf and hat and mittens and gray boots. It looks really nice together. I think this is looking quite sweet. We're going to do a little gray, that medium gray tone down here. And this lighter gray, bring it upward. Okay, that's about it. I do feel like when looking at her, I feel like her eyes, her inside of her ear, I don't like that peach in there. It's like I want to put a little Sharpie over that pencil. We did the Brutfuner pencil on the inside, so I'm doing a Sharpie over it, and it goes right over. So you can do Sharpie over pencil or under pencil. So that's a little better. And looking, I think we're done. Yeah, I'm trying to think if she needs anything else. I feel like I'm so used to doing portraits, I want to put makeup on her, but I kind of want to do like a little bit of pink blended into her black under her eye here. I like a lot of pretty twinkle colors around the eyes. Maybe a little pink over her nose. I don't even know if her tongue needs a little more pink on it too. Pink everywhere. I'm going to show you up close what I have done. I believe we have reached the end of this tutorial. I'm going to zoom into my beautiful Sharpie heart. Show you what I kind of did with her eyes there. I made a little boo-boo. Here's our final tree. I think it is terrific. Super cute. We can take this paper out. We've finished. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed this War and Peace length color along with me series for this simple picture. To reiterate, I used my case of Brutfuner squares, which are very affordable, very nice. Blending pencils, I will link below. I think you can get the whole set. When they're available, they're often hard to find for under $35. I used my giant pack of use for every single thing, every color you could want sharpies. We used these pan pastel sets for the backgrounds, not those particular colors. And what else did we use? We used a brush, we used a white gel pen, we used a black, well, that was a black Sharpie. I think that's about it. We used basically 3 to 4 different mediums. I'm really happy with it. I did decide I might take a green pencil and go along the border of that hill there, because you still see the gray line, but otherwise, thank you so much, everybody. If you did it and you like it, once you're done, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in another video.